At some point in time, you enlisted into my great country's army.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
And what's that story?
So I'm sitting. So this is the thing. I come back from college. I'm on the couch sitting there talking with mom, and mom was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to go downtown to the welfare building and get an ID card." I was like, "Why do I need an ID card?" It was from the welfare. She was like, "Well, baby, that money I was sending you in food stamps, I signed you up from welfare." I'm like, "Okay, all right, shit, I'm on welfare." All righty. I go downtown to the welfare office, man. I had $3 in my pocket. I go down to the welfare office. I'm sitting down there and I'm looking at all these able-bodied men in the room. I'm looking at all these dudes. I was like, man, this dude don't look sick. This dude don't look tired. This dude look like he should be working somewhere. And so I was like number 80 something or whatever, and they was on like number 40 for calls. And I'm sitting for an hour and they on like 50. I'm like, oh shit, this gonna be all day. You know what I mean? Like, man, I heard the horror stories.
Yeah.
And I'm living it now. So I stepped out. I stepped out the welfare office, and I had $3, and I wanted a chili dog. I wanted a chili dog. Chili dogs is real big in Ohio. Dayton, Ohio. Gold Star, the little mini buddies, Gold Star chili. So I'm gonna go to Gold Star because they 99 cents, and then I looked across the street and I saw the Army recruiter station. So, do I want a chili dog or do I want to join the Army? And I walked in the recruiter and I said, I want to be an airborne ranger. And he was like, do you even know what an airborne ranger is? I said, nah, but my cousin told me they was hard as a motherfucker, and that's what I want.
And he somehow made it happen.
Yeah, and he made it happen. Actually, and he took care of me. Wow. Unbeknownst to me, the MOS that he gave me, because I was not 11 Bravo.
Right.
I was not infantry.
Right.
Joining. He was like, hey, I got an infantry contract that I can get you in 11 months.
But he advised you against that?
Well, no. I changed that. He said, I have an infantry contract. I can get you in.
Okay.
But it's 11 months from now.
Oh.
I got this other contract that's 5 months from now.
Got it.
As at the time it's called 76 Yankee, which is a unit supply specialist. And I was like, so I'm going to pass shit out, man. I can pass stuff out. He was like, no, well, not just that. And he showed me the arms room, showed me the weapons. I've been seeing guns and drugs my whole life. I always liked guns. I just didn't deal with drugs, but I always had a thing for guns.
Wow.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, hell yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the armor, and I'm going to be this bad Green Beret, bad airborne ranger and make it happen. So, yeah, man, and I still carry that mindset with me to this day. I don't, like, if I'm going to do it, I have to do it right now.
Huh.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is.
A little impulsive, maybe?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because, hey, man, if we're doing this, yes. Then that's it. Everybody start moving. Hey, man, put your oar in the water, get your butt, get your, whatever it is that we're doing.
So you shipped out to the Army.
Shipped out to the Army. Went to sweet Fort Jackson, basic training. So, like, the crazy part about it, though, was, like, joining the Army, I'm like, basic training, AIT, airborne school, and RIP, Ranger Indoctrination Program. So, my first
a lot of training off the bat.
My first 6.5, 7 months in the Army, you know what I was accustomed to? Walking in the room and people yelling at me. So I didn't have to talk, because you can't, I can internalize anything. So I just listen. So people yelling, I just do what you said, do. That's
yeah.
So I'm cool like that. I'm robotic, but all I know is I can't go back to the hood.
You can't fail out of anything.
Fuck
you can't
no.
rock out. You have to make it.
I cannot go back to the hood. I got arrested twice.
Where? What do you mean?
Walking through my neighborhood.
Oh.
Cutting through my neighborhood. And I was like,
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you say that. I can't go back to the hood. You're out now. And you realize, what did you realize? That I can go forward. There's a life after this. There's a life outside of the hood.
I knew that if the Army didn't work, man, I was going to go back to being, I was really, like, my only plan was to make the Army work, but had it not worked, bro, I know we wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
I know we wouldn't be sitting here because I would have went back and I would have just picked the whole block up, like.
So, I'm going to fast forward your life a little bit because we can talk about a lot of stories. I want to hear some of them. No, I want to hear some of them. But not only did you make the Army work, you ultimately made it to a top tier 1 unit with the Green Berets.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yes.
What made you want to put in your packet and go be a Green Beret?
So when I was in 160th, so I went from Ranger Battalion to 160th. And when I was in 160th, a guy named Raphael Berets, rest in peace to my man Ralph, he told me, he said, hey, Ren, you know what, man? You know, as far as logistics go, you're good, but I think you'd be a better SF dude, because he had worked with some SF guys in Korea. I wasn't really familiar.
Was that an attitude thing about you that he saw in you?
Yeah, because he was like, this ain't you. He was like, you know what? You are not a clerk. You're in here bouncing off the walls. Like, you know, I made this statement yesterday. I was like, I'm a cat lady and a dog whisperer in the same head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your crazy does not want to see my crazy. Like, yeah, my crazy don't stop. So
like, you know, I'm kind of putting 2 and 2 together as I listen to you. Was the Green Berets then an outlet for you to maybe move into more of who you were, maybe? Or a shout? I don't know. Were you able to express yourself in a different way?
Yeah, I can say that, like, being a Green Beret, because I like helping people. Somewhere along the line, I picked up this whole 4-letter word called care that I can't kill. You know what I mean? So, and Green Berets, like, you know, holistically, that's what we are, man. Train, advise, and assist. Like, you know, we actually train dudes to take care of their own country, and sometimes we help them out.
Talk to me about the multiple deployments, your wife, the family. How did you juggle both and compartmentalization?
Oh, wow.
That's not easy.
I told her, I said, you can leave if you can leave. That was a scary joke, bro.
You told your wife that?
That's one of our running jokes, man. That's our scary joke.
I thought you were serious, man. You had me on the edge of my seat. You had me on the edge of my seat. I thought you were serious.
Hey, no, man. Bro, hell no, man. My wife crazy as hell, man. My wife would kill me. Oh, she don't even hear that. She's not listening to this podcast now.
That joke's on me now, man. That whole joke's on me now. All right. No, actually, man, hey, shout out to the Queen Bee, man. Angel, she, with the deployments and all that, because she's such an independent person. Like, I married somebody who did not need me to make her complete. You feel me? Like, she knew who she was as a person.
She is still, to this day, she's still 100% secure in her. She does not require me for nothing other than, like, hey, change that light bulb and here's the bills. Shit. And she pays a lot of bills too, though. Like, we live in the household where she pull her weight. Mama go to work every day, man. Shout out to the wife, man. For real. But yeah, no, that's with all the deployments, she knew that, like, before we got married, she knew that I wanted to be a Green Beret. And she was like,
and you conceptually knew what that life was.
I didn't have no choice again, bro. So this is where I'm at in my life, at the point to where I went Special Forces. I'm 6 years in the Army, and I'm starting to hate it. We got more money than anybody in the military, and I'm hating just the, I don't know.
I get it.
A little too bougie. It was a little too pretty for me.
I get it.
I'm a rugged guy. I'm okay with getting dirty, you know.
That's why I said earlier, did the Green Berets help you kind of come into a little bit of who
brought
you
my
were?
Football guy back out in me. You know what I mean? Kind of got me back to, you know, locking horns. And
so how did you deal with all the deployments? I mean, you were in a rough battle in Solder City.
Yes.
Rough.
Yeah.
That was a rough.
Right? That was crazy, right? We took the whole house. We took every Green Beret, every operator we had to go in there. And, you know, we went in probably 10, 15 trucks deep of just warfighter. And, man, and it was like, my mission, there was some items set up, like giant circus tents set up in this courtyard. We could not identify what was inside the tents. So me as a team leader, they were like, hey, Ren, you know, maybe you and one other guy just kind of go out there. because we gotta identify. It may be 100 people inside this thing. Oof. So we pull up as clandestine as you can imagine, with 20 trucks, if you will. Right? You know what I mean? We're sneaking up on nobody. We pull up, and myself and another guy, man, we hop out the truck, and I'm walking out to this field, and I look at this big, giant circus tent. It's bigger in person than it was on camera. And I'm literally like inching out there, because I know tactically this is fucking bad. This is bad. You never walk in the open tactically. And needless to say, man, they lit the night up, man. It literally, I felt like I was an actor looking at a paparazzi with all the gunfire that was going off.
So how did you mentally handle that? Because a lot of guys don't.
Unfortunately, so the gunfighter, right? Like that's kind of our thing. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of term that we apply to each other, especially because at the time I was in the CIF. The Commanders and Extremist Force, or now it's called the CRIF, Commander.
They got rid of that about a year. Didn't they get rid of the
I think they,
CIFs?
I think
I got
they
rid
got
of
rid
it.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm in 7th group. I'm a 7th group guy. It's 0506. We show up to Iraq. You know, we're used to Colombia, Afghanistan. Like, those are our 2 AORs for the obvious reason, the war on drugs and the war on terror. So 7th group, they were like, hey, man, we're going to Iraq. So we're like, wow, you know what? That's out of our area. We have zero, like, linguist support, so some of the attachments showed up and things like that. So we went to Iraq, and the firefight in Sadr City, man, it changed every man that was there. I just started shooting back.
You identify where all the fire was coming from?
It was so much, I couldn't. I literally was engaging every aspect from ground to ceiling, and now the entire stack is pinned down behind some vehicles on the main street. And they're yelling like, we gotta get out of here. You know, and everybody's yelling. And I hear my name. I hear my name, man. I'm out here changing magazines, bro. I am still in the middle of a field. You know what? With my middle finger up. You know what I mean? Hey, man, I'm about that life too, man. You want to shoot at me, I'm going to shoot back. You know, period. And so I'm out there. And at this moment, while this is happening to me, it's not. Because I didn't realize the significance of what I was actually in. Ren! I turn around, look over my shoulder, and I realize I am the only dude standing out here by himself. Wow. And I am laying down, bro, I am engaging multiple targets. And how about this? We enjoyed it so much, in one deployment, we went to Sadr City 3 times. We went 3 times.
Do you feel some of the guys get addicted to the adrenaline?
No. It's not so much the adrenaline of gunfighting that gets guys addicted to it, because ultimately, you just stop caring. Like, it really don't matter.
Get numb.
You're numb. You know, like I said, like being homeless, you just go numb. It's like, does this matter? Not really. All you got to do is not die. Because when they yelled my name, I turned around and I looked. Who called me? Because I'm coming to you. Like, Dave, I'm coming to you. That means you're the only person not shooting right now. And it was my sniper buddy, Greg Henkel. And Greg, man, shout out to my man Greg Henkel, amazing human being, bro. Wow. And Greg was like, Rennie. I came running back to Greg, and I knew, like, we got to get off the street. So I just grabbed one of the Iraqi troops, man, and was like, breach the storm. He was like, this target? I'm like, fuck no, it's not the target. But if we stay out here,
we're dead.
We're dead. We're going to die out here behind some old beat up ass car that's getting shot up. Cause there's all that's happening. The windows are exploding, the car ting ting ting, all that's happening. Yeah, you know, that's cause they're close, man. And I'm like, we gotta get off the street, man. So I ended up having one of the guys, man, came up and we shotgunned the door. We pushed in that first house. And that opened up the flow, so guys were able to kind of like, you know, get moving. And because had we stayed there, I mean, how many of us was gonna go down? Right now, and wow. We push in, we get to a rooftop. We're at a rooftop, we're on the radio, and it's hard to communicate because all you hear is everybody yelling and shooting.
everybody is
Can
yelling.
you accurately identify the enemy?
Several, yes, and especially with our sniper teams and our above sync, we did a lot more work via sniper. Man, our snipers, man, shout out to our snipers, man, they saved our ass that night. There were a few channels that guys were sped up, and you could tell the speed that because when they chimed in, you heard boom, 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 boom. Hey, I got 5 over here, you know. And then some guys you'll hear, Roger that, I copy 5, building number, blah. I'm bringing 5 to you. So you know who was engaged and who was not. So that way you can kind of look at your playbook of the scenario because we're engaged on a 4 to 6 block radius. We're not just fighting on one street. We're fighting the neighborhood of Solder City.
So how did you adjust then to going home deployments?
I remember being in a gunfight, and then 8 days later, I was Santa Claus.
At home. Kids sitting on your lap.
Yeah. Playing with the boy, man. You know what I mean?
We're good at that though. We're good at that, turning it off and
Mhm.
turning it back on, turning it off, turning it back off.
Yeah, I mean, we're special operators, so it's like, hey man, you know, don't cry me a river, Justin Timberlake. Don't nobody want to hear your sob story about how you can't hold it together, man. You need to ruck up, homeboy.
So what was your transition like out of the Army?
Out of the Army, alcohol. Yeah. I didn't decide to have a drink. I decided to get drunk because you got to remember
I didn't decide
whatever.
to have a drink. I decided to get drunk.
Right. Because remember, whatever I do, I commit.
Yeah.
So I spent about 5 months, man, getting as drunk as possible.
Wow.
I got some endurance, bro. I got some chops.
I've seen a little bit.
Yeah, and my wife was like, you know, she just came in one day and she was like, we had the talk. She was like, I love you, and you're my champion. And I was like, all right, mama. I said, this is the play. She said, what's the play? I said, I'm going back to Afghanistan, and I'm gonna rock this contract gig for about 5 months. And she said, that's why you've been drinking so much? I'm like, yeah. Because I knew that this was about to be over. I was just enjoying being retired for 4 or 5 months, and I signed on for a job in October 2012.
For a contract position.
And I was contracting back and forth to Afghanistan up to 2017.
So 20 years in the Army,
Mhm.
and then another 5 years of deployments on the contracting side of the house.
Correct. Yeah, going back. Like I'm back over, you know, we 6-monther, 9-monther. How about this? I got a tragic fucking story.
Send it.
I was in a gunfight the day my mom died.
Oh,
How about that?
as a contractor.
As a fucking contractor.
Jeez.
I get a call from my wife and she was like, are you okay? And I'm like this, we're in the ready room loading magazines. The dudes are out there already putting in work. I'm a contractor, so I'm more snuffy, right? What can I do to help? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go out there and jump in with your ODA and get out here and chase bad guys down. How can I help you be where you at? Meanwhile, rockets, RPGs, we are taking so much gunfire in our perimeter. There are Taliban members running through. This was in Ghazni. There are members of the Taliban running through our base, literally shooting at U.S. soldiers. Yeah.
And you got a call from your wife.
Wife, my phone rang. I said, hello. She said, babe. I said, hey, what's up, mama? She said, your mom just passed. I said, okay. I'll call you later. She was like, all right. You okay? I said, I'm fine.
Then you got back in the fight.
You fucking got to get back in the fight. I do not have fucking time
Right,
to deal
you
with
got
that
to get
now.
back in the fight.
This is a thing.
You mentally
thing.
turn it off. You mentally got back in the fight.
That was unique.
Shit. That is unique.
Yeah, I get on the airplane, fly back home to Dayton, Ohio, had my mom cremated. You know what I mean? You know, I had to do that. And 9 days later, I was back at Ghazni. To get back to
Jeez.
work, man.
You had visions in Afghanistan. You had dreams. You had thoughts. What does this mean? The first time I ever saw you in a picture, actually, you had a hat that said this on it. Well, what does this mean to you?
22 pounds. So in 14, 15, 16. So about 2016, 2017 time frame, I'm sitting in Afghanistan, again, as usual. And like the contracts is doing cuts and all that. So it's like, okay, I'm kind of on the fence. Do I want to volunteer to be cut? Do I want to get cut? Luckily, I end up getting cut. They're like, hey, we got to cut 15 guys.
Your decision was made for you.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, hey, we got to cut 15 guys. Ren, we're going to cut you. I called my wife and I said, Mama, did we hit our number? Because it was another contracting country that I could have just picked up and kept going. And she was like, we hit our number. So 22 pounds is $1 million in $100 bills. 22 pounds is how much? $1 million in $100.
And that was your number.
That was my number because when I was a kid, I said, man, if I made $1 million, I'd be the richest man in the world.
Wow.
I'd never be homeless again.
Wow.
I'd never have to worry about a thing in my life.
So you did it through contracting.
So I did it through contracting
Damn.
because the Army is not going to pay you $1 million.
No, it's not.
Ever.
You made it through contracting.
And I made it through contracting.
Damn.
And, yeah. So.
What? Wow. What are you up to now? What's your life like? What are your goals? What keeps you motivated these days?
Writing. I got a passion for a pen. You know, my
Did you always have that?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to write poems. I was a rapper for about 10 minutes. Made like one rap song and knew it forever. Like, you know what I mean? It was good. So,
what do you write now?
Now, like I'm working on a screenplay. And I reached out to my cousin Jackie, who also is a screenplay writer, and so we kind of working on development of this screenplay, which I want to get out there. And I have a lot, like where I live at now. So this was my plan in Afghanistan. When I said, "Mama, we hit our number," the 22 pounds hack came into play. My neighborhood where I live at now, it's a lot of Marvel guys, a lot of actors,
studio nearby your house.
Right. I live like 10 minutes from Pinewood Studios.
Okay.
So a lot of my neighbors are, and I talk to them about screenplays and writing and stuff like that. So one friend led to another friend, and before you know it, I'm sitting down with guys like Michael Grillo, who is executive producer for Marvel. Also, I'm really good friends with another guy, Nick Childs. Nick Childs actually helped me pen 2 of my books because I also have 3 books.
Wow.
But not published, so I can't say I am a published author.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, it's happening. It's just, you know what? I want the right publishing deal.
Sure.
You know, I want to publish with somebody. See, because I don't want to. I'm not so focused on making the money as much as I am the relationship.
Yeah.
Because like I'm such a great writer, and I know that I could do